Hi, everyone. This is Inside the TMC family. And today we're super lucky to have with us Chrissy Buchanan, who is EVP of Hallmark Home Mortgage. Thanks for doing this with me, Chrissy.
Absolutely, Faith. Thanks for having me.
So, the first thing I kind of wanted to talk with you about is how did you start working? So, what was your first job that you ever had?
Oh my gosh, the first job I ever had, I was a lifeguard at our city pool, and it was the best job ever. You got to sit, do your little whistle all day long, and get tan, and save a couple lives every once in a while.
The harder part, right?
We didn't save too many people, but it was a super fun job.
That is very cool. That's one of the better ones that I've heard,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So share with us how long you've been in the industry, and then, how from a lifeguard to getting into the industry, how did that happen?
It's funny. I actually started in 1985. So I graduated from high school, and college at the time was not something that I thought that I wanted to do. So my cousin's mom was in the mortgage business. She ran a mortgage company, and she said, I have a opportunity in our closing area if you'd like to, have a job. I'm like, sure, why not? So literally, I graduated from high school, and 1 week after high school, I started in the mortgage business. So, and I've been in it ever since.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. There aren't a lot of people people kind of come in randomly,
Mhm.
but there aren't a lot of people that start out from the very get-go. I think once you get in, you never leave.
Well, that was the thing. I tried to get out around, I think after my second son was born. I sold real estate for a little while, and it wasn't my thing. And so I got right back into the business.
Yeah, that happens all the time. I know I've tried to exit a few times and I've never been successful at doing it. So I'm
Yeah,
just going to enjoy the rest of the ride.
me too. I just figured that this is what my calling was, and I don't regret it for a minute.
Me either. The one thing, if you came in as a really young person, and there are probably tons of things that you didn't know, but is there one that kind of, now a number of years later, that one thing that you just wish somebody would have told you in the beginning?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question. When I got into the business, the interest rates were at 13, 14,
Sure.
15%. So I didn't think I would ever see the kind of interest rates that we have today. And then obviously last year with the with the pandemic, and what we thought could have been, a horrible year, it turned into the greatest year for a lot of us in this business. So that's one of the things I never thought I'd see, the interest rates at the where they are today.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I remember those days when that was going on as well. And the thought of 5%, and now it's so much lower than that. People think 5% is high.
Right.
Back
Yeah.
then, it was just like 5%, that would never happen.
Yeah.
But of course, it always keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
you, if you weren't in the mortgage industry, what could you imagine yourself doing?
I would be in sports, something in sports. I'm a sports nut. I love sports. I could probably never be like an announcer or anything because I talk too fast. But I would love to do something in sports. I'm a huge hockey fan, a huge football fan. So they're my two favorites. And so if there's something I could have done in the sports industry, it's what I would have done. Maybe be an agent or something like that.
That would be so cool,
That would
wouldn't
be so
it?
fun. I love it.
I'm a woman that has always enjoyed sports as well. And back in our day and age, that was a little bit unusual.
Yeah.
So I always appreciate anyone else who kind of has that similar passion. I'm a football, baseball, even though I live in Minnesota, and it's almost embarrassing sometimes to say I don't follow hockey that
Hockey.
closely.
Oh, the best.
That's what everybody says, but I just don't understand the sport. So maybe you can give me
I
some
could totally teach you.
on that. Yeah.
I'll teach
We,
you.
we were talking before we started recording, and I found out recently that you became a grandma. So
Yes.
share with us the details on this little guy, and then give me
Absolutely.
the best thing you think so far about being a grandma.
Oh my gosh. So my grandson was born on May 10th. His name is Benny. His name is actually Benicio Michael Buchanan. My daughter-in-law's family's from Argentina, and they wanted to have a Spanish first name, and so his name is Benicio, and he is just the light of my life. I never thought it could be like this, and everybody says, you never know until you have a grandchild what that's like, and it is beyond anything I could possibly imagine. And so it's just been really fun having him. My phone's ringing, sorry.
Okay, it happens.
Really, just been really, he's only 9 weeks old, so but I get to see him quite a bit. My son, luckily, he used to live in LA, and he moved last year to Michigan in the pandemic, and we're in Indiana, so we're about 2 hours, so I get to see him quite a bit. So I'm very lucky and very excited just to have a little grandson. I'm waiting for my older son to have one, but my younger son went first, so
hey, it doesn't matter where they come from. I would agree with you. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So much more fun than your own kids.
I know, because you can spoil them and then they can go, bye-bye.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, it was great talking with you. I cannot wait to see you again and get caught up in person for sure.
I'll see you too. Thanks so much, babe.
Thank you.